All right. It's a really exciting day and a really exciting time because we're here to talk about what I would call the best movie ever made and the only movie that should be recognized, Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
Yes. What a cinematic masterpiece.
Masterpiece. Yeah, thanks for tuning in to this bonus episode of Made for Watchin. If this ends up being a Patreon episode, thanks for being a Patreon.
Hey, we'll always love the support. And if it's not Patreon, still love that support you've given us.
Yeah, if you could just like Venmo me, that'd be fine.
Oh, hey, that worked. Send me a $5.
You can send me a $5.
You're good.
Yeah, you know I'm good for it.
Okay, about that real quick. I gotta tell you a story.
Yeah.
Thunderbird related story, per usual. Gotta have one every session.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
When you said you're good for your $5, I remember. This is gonna be very off topic, so just bear with me. I was driving back from Bemidji, Minnesota.
Sure.
And I was trying to take a route in South Dakota that would take me away from Sturgis. I didn't want to drive through Bike Week. That sounded like a terrible idea. So I started going through kind of the no man's land of South Dakota. No people, no businesses, not whatnot.
Yeah.
And I kind of just zone out while I'm driving. I'm just zoned into my audiobook, was just chilling, having a great time listening.
Yeah.
Until my gas light came on. And I was like, oh, shit. I am gonna get stranded out in the middle of nowhere with, like, pretty next to no service on my phone.
Yeah, that's a weird neck of the woods to get stuck in.
Yeah, so what happens is I Google it real quick where I have service. I'm like, nearest gas station. And there's one a couple miles down the road. Super excited.
Sweet.
Super pumped. I pull in, and it's a house. It's just someone's house with a gas pump outside of it. I was like, this is different. This isn't normal.
Right,
I didn't know you could do this.
You got to check this out.
Yeah, I was like, well, while I'm here. Well, the guy gets out. I mean, cowboys can be. You know, he's got the 6-shooter on his hip. He's got the 10-gallon hat. Like, real cowboy-looking guy. He walks up to my car. This is in 2021, so still kind of doing masks, still kind of, keeping safe with COVID.
Yeah.
I was a camp counselor, painted my nails.
Was he?
Oh no! Oh no! I have painted nails. I have jewelry on. I was doing camp counselor vibes. I was looking fabulous. Mask was on. He walks up. I'm like, the gun kind of makes me feel like I should not have this on real quick, because he is scaring me. I roll down my window. I'm like, hi, I just need some gas. He's like, perfect. Just because you're not a Democrat, I'll get you that gas. And I was like, what? Why? All right, yeah, sure. Not a Democrat. Why not?
Not a Democrat. No, not me. Not me. I'm the guy. I'm the
not
Republican.
Me. Hi. I was like holding my hands. No nail polish showing. Mask got thrown right in the back seat. I was like, well, this is awkward. He's like, all right, it's cash only. I have no cash on me. Still COVID. No one deals in cash.
Right.
And so it was $18 worth of gas to get me to the next gas station where I could fully fill up. I told him I had no cash. He's like, you're going to come to my house real quick, which was also the gas station. Terrifying. So I go in with him because I'm like, I have no other options here.
Yeah.
So I go in. He looks at me and goes,
hands in pocket.
Yep. I was like, I am just gonna very nonchalantly walked up. His house was set up like an old-time Western like store.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is so cool. This is so wild. He's selling just like pickled everything, jars and cans across the thing, ammunition all in his house for sale. And he's like, here, I'm just writing stuff down for you. Wrote down his address, wrote down the $18, handed it to me, said, you're gonna pay me that back. Here's my address. Just send me the money cash, please. And I said, of course, sir. I will definitely do that. But because he scared me and because I was annoyed at him scaring me with the whole gun and asking me if I'm a Democrat and all that, 2 years later, still have not paid my tab at that gas station.
Holy shit. Dude.
So I'm not good for the $5. Tom's good for the Pfeiffer. I'm not good for it.
Wow. I don't know, man. That's bold. I don't know.
Bold choice.
That's bold.
You know, say something too stupid, you get dumb answers.
Put
So
that
that's
on
my
a
story.
t-shirt.
Yeah. Ooh, that's our new. That's
Y'all
the
say
new
something
logo.
too stupid, you got a dumb answer. I feel like you're really channeling that cowboy.
Man, I'll tell you, he was something else.
Do you think someday you'll show up in front of his house with a 6-shooter and be like, Cletus, I got a debt to settle with you.
No,
Hey,
so,
I want you to know, son, I'm a registered Democrat.
I am all about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
I'm fixing that Bernie Sanders will do a real good job.
No, but and I mentioned the story because I'm moving, as you know, getting a house
Sure.
ready to move. I found the receipt. I still have it.
What are you gonna do?
I can't get rid of it. You gotta keep that. It's just a great story.
Yeah. Wow.
Stole $18 from a person, never giving it back.
What if you, I guess you just, if you're ever in that part of South Dakota, you just got to keep an eye on your gas and pray that your truck doesn't explode.
Yeah, so don't just Venmo me. I won't pay you back, but just Venmo me. We'll be good.
All right.
All right.
Well, Phantom Menace. Oh, Jesus. Attack of the Clones.
That goes the better one, the best of the entire saga. Some might say.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, you know, there's some more galactic unrest.
Mm-hmm.
The Separatists. Now Count Dooku's just. We got another villain. It's another movie, another villain.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lee,
Count
rest in
Dooku,
peace.
not as cool as Darth Maul. They should put that in parentheses right next to it. Not as cool as Darth Maul. The best choice we could have made because Christopher Lee rocks.
Yeah, it's like
You know.
it's crazy that they don't make Sauron and
Yeah.
Dracula one of the. They can make
Exactly.
him one of the coolest villains, and they're like, he's just a guy. He's just chilling. He's got a
He's
different
just
lightsaber.
chill. He's just a Sith Dracula. Yeah, I like Christopher Lee in this movie because I like Christopher Lee, but it would have been cooler. I mean, it's hard to go back from Darth Maul, Space Satan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we open up in this exterior in Coruscant, another shiny ship. Dark opening. It really sets the tone of this film. I guess, you know, it's kind of in some ways reminiscent of Empire Strikes Back, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not really a clear victory because they really end up getting involved in a conflict.
Yeah.
So that kind of brought, and you know, opening up with an assassination is pretty dark, especially for a kids movie. Where I guess you could say once again, tones all over the place.
Yeah. Hey, at least we don't have Jamaican aliens just screaming in the beginning of this movie.
Yeah. When's the Jamaican aliens?
What?
Who
Jar
are
Jar
the?
Binks?
Oh, okay, that's their Jamaican alien. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, the beginning threw me off.
Mm.
And then what's with the milady shit? I mean, it's cool, but
I mean, we're at the beginnings of the internet. We can start doing the milady nerd stuff.
I just like, where did it come from? Like, you know, no hint of it in the last movie. Do only senators get called milady?
Where does any of the the politics of this universe are wild?
Yeah.
Remember when they just like voted for like a new chancellor because the other one just got told he was corrupted, and everyone was just like, yeah, sure, why not, new guy,
Why
bring him
not? Yeah. Checks and balances. I guess they just not really their thing.
in. No. So yeah, we get the assassination attempt on Amidala.
Not well. Was it on Amidala? Okay, because that's a decoy that got.
Yeah, it's a
right,
decoy.
Of course.
She gets blown up.
Duh, of course. Inciting incident of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's our tone. There's our problem. And let's cut to the person pulling the strings in the senator's office. We got, big chunk of the Jedi Council. One of my favorites over there, Plo Koon. Love him. Who else we got? We got Kit. Is that no? Yeah, Kit Fisto up there. Kyendu. Yeah, Kyendu Mundi. I forget her name. I don't know who's standing. Is that Shakti?
Shakti's the one who looks like she's got the white horns. What is the one? No, it's not Shakti. It's the one she's got like a little chin tattoo.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, what is her name? It's like Baron something, Baroness.
No, I don't remember. That sounds right.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Yoda, Mace Windu. Will say one of the most redeeming qualities of the series is just having Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Yeah.
Like that is, it's nice that Samuel L. Jackson is here. It's always good to show up and see what he's up to. And he did a really good job in his role. I really feel like he is Mace Windu.
He is, and he gets the only purple lightsaber known in the films.
Yeah, fun that's fact. A very nice touch.
Fun fact is he just wanted it.
Right.
He just tells George Lucas, "Can I have a purple lightsaber?" And they said, "Sure." So
sure.
Yeah. You never know unless you ask,
Exactly. That's definitely a good lesson. CG Yoda. Oh, I mean, I really always miss Puppet Yoda.
Yeah. This movie is the downfall of kind of what Star Wars was, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm with you. I try to stay so forgiving and remember that this, and remember it's a kid's movie and it's part of my childhood, but there are some parts that just, they need to be picked apart so we never make this mistake again.
And Yoda, I think, is one of the prime contenders for let's pick that whole thing apart.
And Yoda certainly has his seasons when he looks better or worse, but like sometimes it's like I feel like they were just really on a crunch and only got like 2/3 of the way done with that model. Because in the senator chambers, like he looks excusable, but not incredible. No. But there's some other close-ups later in the movie where he looks so bad. Yeah. So now we kind of move in, and everybody's pretty worried about Senator Amidala. It's interesting how it's so focused on Naboo, but I guess that's just the whole manipulation of the innards of Senator Palpatine's scheme here.
Yeah, because at this point it's more Amidala than it's Padme time.
It's Padme time.
We're more focused on Padme, which is. I feel like there's so many ways he goes to try to assassinate her, but it just feels like Wile E. Coyote type style of trying to get her.
I mean, that is true because he doesn't want to kill her.
That's true.
So just enough mistakes to let her live, but still dangerous. He still killed like 5 people.
Yeah, he's making a statement.
Plus, there's still probably pilots in there, probably a maintenance crew at the engines. Like,
yeah, he's going a little crazy with it.
Yeah, he'd be like that, for sure. I forget what that other blue guy's name with the horns are. It's one of those guys. Like, I feel like I had a toy of him, but like, what was the purpose? Like,
the Twi'leks?
Is that his name?
He's got the two blue. Going off the back of it. Yeah, those are the Twi'leks.
Yeah, it's but when did he come into the games? Like, when did he become an act? Like, I don't remember, like, if I had, political sessions.
And this is a big problem with the prequel series. They keep just introducing new things and they're like, didn't you remember this guy from the movie? You're like, no, not at all.
And here's him in another outfit. I feel like, they just want to sell those toys. So Chancellor gaslights everyone. Okay, now time for Anakin to come down the elevator, see his old crush. Yeah. So some of the most cringe dialogue of the franchise, I'd say, happens in some of these scenes, including this one. But I like to think though, like, it's cringe for a reason, because it's just like, it's his downfall. This is his kryptonite. He's got no boundaries here. He loves her a little too much.
Yeah, it's strange in this movie how much she's just like, love ya. It's been a couple of years. I've been going through like this really disciplined training, but that just goes all out the window the moment he sees her.
Yeah, it does connect to a central point in a lot of stories, including The Sopranos, where it's really a story about the mother wound. And I think he's got that. He struggles with abandonment, and the abandonment. I mean, as this film will go to show, he's struggling with abandoning his mother. And again, this could have been probably preventable if the perspective on Tatooine was like, well, it wouldn't be that bad if I just stole these 2 slaves from this slave owner, because he's a fucking slave owner.
Yeah.
But that would probably mess somebody up, like going off to train and knowing that your mom is still a slave.
Yeah, the consequences of Qui-Gon's decisions, you always look at them, and in Obi-Wan in this movie, we'll talk about it. Just the baffling, like, glaring issues and the mistakes they do, where you're like, this seems very easily prevented.
That's basically this film, in a nutshell. Like, that was preventable.
Yeah, we got our first look at Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker. I think it's a great job as Anakin.
I think he does a great job too. I think he did the best he could with the material he was given.
Yes.
Okay, so night watch mode. Anakin confesses to watching her through cameras. Geez, Annie. Not cool.
Not a good look. Not a good look.
Not a good look, my guy. But I guess being a Jedi is inherently kind of an insular life, so...
Yeah, it's a strange one.
It's a strange one. I could see, not really having the best romantic skills. Okay, introduce Zem Wissel being pretty sneaky. And starting at the beginning, again, kind of like the Phantom Menace, there are some very fun sequences here.
There are.
And I like the whole Zem Wissel bit. I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, those bugs are pretty creepy. Those
Yeah.
centipede situations. Good try.
Yeah, they try. I love, my favorite thing about this sequence with the assassination attempt. It's with a couple scenes. There are a few lines where I think they were gonna try something or film something, but it feels like they're missing some pieces. And one big one for me is right before this scene, Obi-Wan's talking to Anakin, and he's like, "You just can't be so reckless, Anakin. You gotta keep a cool, level head." But when they get into the room, Anakin kills the centipedes.
Yeah.
Does a good job. Obi-Wan just sees a robot out the window and just jumps out the window and grabs it. He's like, "Don't be reckless, Anakin. Don't do dumb things." And then immediately just jumps out a window with, like, no plan.
They're a bunch of hypocrites.
Yeah. And Obi-Wan's a big one.
Yeah. Time and time in history, when you look at dictators and terrible people, a lot of times there's other communal factors to blame here that start these political uprisings.
Yeah.
And I feel like gaslighting Anakin might have played a little role there. All right, well, pretty sick chase sequence.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, he catches Obi-Wan, and then, Anakin does pull a little bit of his own shit and almost drives into his space bus.
I do like that little scene, though, because it shows, like, because they say in the original movies how such a good pilot Anakin was. I think here's, like, a good, like, little callback to the old stuff without just being like, "Don't you see these old things? We brought them back." It's a good callback.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, definitely. He's still a little hot shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's come a long way since Little Annie. I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting that there's so many years in between
Mm-hmm. And then
those
Obi-Wan
movies.
growing some hair, looks good.
He looks great. Ewan looking incredible, like a
Yeah.
real snack.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin too, both of them. And what I think one thing I really want to focus on is just Anakin and Padme's different outfits throughout the
So
movie,
good.
and
Oh.
just really what the subtext of every scene is. I think is worth exploring.
They had a great costume budget.
Yeah, I think they had a fun time with that for sure. Okay, so they have their Zem Wesell chase. They get electrocuted. Um, Super dang sequence. There's the big crash. Anakin jumps out. He loses his lightsaber, which is apparently his jam. I like his lightsaber in this movie. I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they go through a couple sets of lightsabers. Good times. The bar scene.
The bar scenes. I have a comment about the bar scene.
Yeah, I think I have one too. You
right.
go first.
So, Obi-Wan notices that Sam Wesell is a changeling.
Yeah.
Or what he calls her a changeling, right? Or a morphling?
A changer. It's like the line is, he is a she, and she's a changer.
Yeah, which makes me feel like they can like shapeshift a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they go into a crowded bar, but they
Right,
don't
Zem Wesell.
shapeshift.
Right, that would be like the perfect setup for Zem to like
Yeah.
stab some guy in the corner, take their jacket, but then there's like some kind of giveaway.
Yeah, and like, or like they can use the Force as like a way, like, they
Right.
like sensed their like Force
Right.
connection and be like, oh, I actually got him through the Force because Anakin's so good with the Force. I was like, I felt like there was a cool moment that could happen there, and they're just like, oh no, just right there, right over there.
Yeah. Yeah, they should put you on the writing staff, Boots.
Oh,
I mean,
I could never. I talk a lot of,
no, I think you're
But-
underselling yourself for sure.
but I don't want to do, and yeah. But what were your
Yeah.
comments on the?
Oh, actually, I just have a question, really.
Mm-hmm.
You want to buy some death sticks?
Such a good one.
It's, again, like, as bad as these movies are, there's just, like, one or two lines that are like, damn. I said, God damn, I'm not forgetting that one.
And there's just like so much. Even that has potential. Like maybe we talk about like the city crime of Coruscant. Like Anakin having to like go find his lightsaber in like a black market or something could be cool.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, did you ever play the Bounty Hunter game that was out on, like, GameCube and PlayStation 2?
No, I didn't play that.
It was
one.
pretty fun. You were Jango Fett kind of doing all these underworld missions. And,
That
like,
sounds
things
so
like death
cool.
sticks would come up. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. Good time.
So yeah, we get Sam Wesell.
Yeah.
We capture them.
Yep.
We got
And then, yeah, so all that goes down. They love cutting people's arms off in cantinas, so it was nice to see Obi-Wan just see where the hobby started, you
Yeah.
know.
the real death sticks.
The real death
Lightsabers.
sticks. We introduced Jango Fett, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Like a
take that.
poison dart.
Yeah. Toxic Dart.
Toxic
That's
dart.
Toxic Dart.
Now-
Yeah, pretty
now we
dark.
got a mystery. I like that this movie went for a
Yeah.
mystery vibe.
That's true. That is cool. Like, yeah, that's a fun plot line to have a mystery. That's just
Yeah.
part of it.
And this one had some like, I don't know, I think genuinely good revelations. But the characters kind of do nothing with all the information they're given about the mystery.
Right. It's basically like it's got the building blocks of a story, but not much on the continuity
Mm-hmm.
train, which really helps a movie be good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so back to Coruscant. They just make a bunch of dumb decisions. Yeah, let's send, like, Obi-Wan knows he's got a major crush and is super reckless. And he's like, and there's so many people that could go with Padme. And Obi-Wan could just keep Anakin along for the ride to go chase Jango Fett,
Yeah.
which would have saved his ass on Geonosis, or right? Like,
Just there's so much cool stuff, and they do this in every movie, and it's so bizarre with the prequels,
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and Anakin tell each other all the great adventures they've had when they've saved each other and
Yeah.
they've had these wacky
Right.
adventures.
Right.
Every movie, they separate them. They never have more than like an hour together.
They squeezed so much into these 3 films. That yeah, I mean it's just glossed over. I mean, because Padme needed, like, have you seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah, love Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Padme needed the equivalent of like Mike Ehrmantraut.
Yeah.
Just some guy to sit outside of her room with a shotgun and be like,
Well,
"Don't worry about me."
Yeah, it was like one
I'll
of
take
those
care
Jedi
of
from the
it.
councils. Plo Koon just posted up at the
Literally,
door.
that's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, something with incompatible genitalia.
Yeah. Just throw something. Put Jabba the Hutt in front of the door. Do something.
Unga Count Dooku. Yeah,
Yo,
you
we
would just
love
need
Scrubby.
Salacious. Yeah, we would need Salacious Crumb for sure.
Salacious Crumb.
All right, yeah. So Anakin's in Padme's room, just being bummed out.
Yeah, I feel like they make him a little too sad in this movie. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. He gets very aggressive and hostile, but in the next movie, I hate to talk about all the other movies, but boy, I just do not like talking about Attack of the Clones.
Yeah,
He's a lot more, like, normal. He's got some anger issues, but he's kind of just fleshed out as somewhat emotional, but can keep a cool head for the most part.
yeah.
In this movie, they love to make him just, like, way too evil, way too quickly.
Yeah. He's just like an evil, angry teenager.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair.
No.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
It's just not fair. Yeah. And he doesn't even, like, do, like, that much powerful shit in this movie.
No, they don't really
Like,
show
he's
how cool
basically
he is.
average.
Yeah.
And it would have been cool to see him, like, kick ass before it was just younglings.
Yeah.
All right, well, send them off, and now we got to go visit Dax in the 1960s Jersey diner.
I fucking loved that entire thing.
Yeah.
Just the idea of throwing in 1960s shrimp man with 4 arms. Just all about it.
I wish Dax was a puppet. I think it would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only complaint about this scene. If Dax was a puppet, I think they would have sold it.
Yeah, this would have been 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, good times with Dax, and I like when he says, "How much money in your pocketbook?" That line always got me. I'm like, and I remember being a kid, like, "What? He doesn't have a pocketbook? Like, I don't get it."
Writing a check? What is that?
What? It's like,
But,
what?
Yeah, I like that scene too because it's like a Jedi doing Jedi things, like not just going in and warmongering, but like making connections with people and like trying to keep peace and more of like a, if people are doing something, let them be, but until it becomes dangerous and harmful towards the community as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Obi-Wan does some good Jedi stuff here.
Yeah. I think we should talk about a Padme outfit.
Which one?
So, they're on this public transport over to Naboo, which I feel like, I guess they're trying to be incognito, but like the public train, maybe it's not public, but I think it's public.
Yeah. Let's assume it is.
Yeah. I feel like that seems like a little unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
But I like her like mustard veil hoodie outfit. Like she's like, "Oh, I don't want anybody to see my face, but I should definitely be in bright yellow."
You gotta have fun with your outfits.
Yeah, she's like, if I'm going into hiding, I'm gonna look good, and people are gonna notice me and be like, "Hey, who's that sexy lady in hiding?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, she's not a queen or anything. Couldn't be.
No.
She's not. No.
No.
Not political figures.
No,
They
nobody
travel.
important. I mean, just somebody with wealth.
Yeah.
Introduce the younglings. Aren't they cute?
Don't we love them?
Yeah, well,
It'll be
don't get
around
used
for
to
a
it.
while.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they really set us up. That is a heartbreaking scene. Um, and okay, Missing Planet, Mind of a Child. I like watching Yoda instruct the kiddos. That's pretty cute.
That one's good. I also love that there's just a Jedi who's really into books and just became a librarian.
Yeah, I mean, is
She's
she?
awesome.
Do you think she's a Jedi?
She is. Yeah, she's confirmed
Oh,
a
cool.
Jedi, and she's confirmed survivor of 66.
Wow.
So we might see some more of her at one point or another. They do love just throwing in random characters into all the new stuff.
That's the truth.
But yeah, no, librarian Jedi. What a vibe.
Yeah, let me know when they bring back Dash Rendar, then I'll watch it.
Okay.
Did you ever?
I don't
did you
know
ever-
Dash Rendar.
Oh yeah, Shadows of the Empire came out for
Oh,
like.
I did 64.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I remember
Dash
that.
Rendar, baby.
See, I was too young. I was just like 5. Just
Yeah.
playing that
Yeah.
game. Did not know how to play video games.
That's
No.
fair.
I need Rom Coda back. Oh, Rom Coda. He's from the Force Unleashed series.
Oh yeah.
The blind Jedi Master.
Right.
He's so cool to me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
Yeah, it was.
All right. So now Obi-Wan's at Camino. Camino is really, I think, what defines this movie as kind of where the CG is just so problematic for me personally, where it's like, oh, damn, I wish they had a set because it's pretty cool. But
It looks cool.
like, it looks cool, but some of it I don't think looks cool.
When you
like the
start
ocean
zooming in
looks-
on characters, it gets real
Yeah,
rough.
the water looks really bad. I don't know. It's hard.
It's a cool premise.
Cool premise. I feel like, the CG, they just, overdid it and it just did not hold.
No.
But still rad.
hmm
And the sets that are on Camino are really cool. Like, I like Jango Fett's cute little apartment.
hmm
And actually, I feel like I love the Jango Fett Obi-Wan fight scene. I think that's like might be the best scene of the movie.
It's cool to see. I really like that scene.
Yeah.
Because it kind of makes up for Obi-Wan learning pretty much about the entire clone army being ordered by a Sith Lord. And it's pretty plain in his face.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I don't know what's going on. I gotta go do some more investigating.
Yeah.
Hopefully no intergalactic war breaks out while I'm doing this.
Yeah. That seems just cool. But before we go there, of course, we have what I would call the most romantic scene in cinematic history, where Anakin describes how soft Natalie Portman's skin is and how much he doesn't like sand. But one thing I caught on this watch that I really liked is after Padme cancels their kiss mid-kiss, like the whole string section in the soundtrack like kind of messes up as they stop playing.
Again, best thing about no matter how bad these movies get, the music always hits.
Always hits. I just thought that was really funny. Like they were sitting there watching, like, "Ooh, we are sorry. We thought this was cool."
John Williams is watching. He's like, "All right, and cut it. Nope.
Cut it.
Cut it.
Really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's not good though. The dialogue here starts to really. It's just talking heads talking about the cringe ass dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, Padme come on. She looks great in that dress. I can, I don't want to sit here and victim blame.
No.
But like the outfits.
Outfits are great.
Outfits are great. She looks great.
Can we get a writer? Can we get a writer in the room for the love of God?
You're writing me into a corner here. But right, Padme's totally not into him, right?
Yeah,
she's totally not trying to undermine this Jedi right now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not just from this instance, but I think we'll just keep with the Padme outfits and
Yeah. This is where I find, and I don't know much behind the scenes if maybe Natalie Portman wasn't super into this series or because I
wonder
don't know
how. Yeah.
She kind of just does not act a lot. She does say the dialogue, but boy, it's hard for me to get convinced that she actually really loves this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with
But
you.
that's my take on that.
I'm with you. I wonder if she signed up and after the first one said, "What did I just get myself into?"
Yeah. The fuck was this?
Yeah. I can imagine this being a bit of oh, so this is where my character goes?
Oh, is this why Jake Lloyd quit? Oh, damn.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, so, we're back and forth to Camino. Anakin and Padme roll around in the grass.
He rides that weird
Just as,
alien.
alien cow. Not an elk cow. But also not a cow.
It's I don't know. It's the strangest. It's one of the stranger looking aliens I've seen in the Star Wars universe, which is saying something.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, they more Camino stuff.
The whole
Obi-Wan
army.
is on the hunt, and then they have a CG dinner scene, which is weird, where they're in a dining room and looks like it's mostly computer generated, or maybe I'm wrong.
I love the chairs though.
Yeah.
The ceiling chairs that just look like those are great for Camino. Love that.
Yeah, ceiling chairs. Yeah, the ceiling chairs rock. Anakin feeds Padme with fruit with the Force.
That's a weird scene too.
It's a weird scene too.
The Naboo scenes are not fun to watch.
No, it's pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then Anakin and Padme, they talk by the fire, and Padme's dress here. It's a really good dress to wear to set boundaries with someone, telling them you're not into them. Again, totally respect that space, Padme. Way to get out there and do it.
Mm-hmm.
But your body language is just a little confusing.
He's a Jedi. He's got to have better discipline. She's testing the Jedi way.
Yeah, really tight dress, tight leather black topless dress to choose for such an activity. Mm-hmm. And I think it worked. Yeah, he passed the test.
Yeah, he did great. He did not fall in love with her at all.
Yep. Yeah, and her hair just looks so good and so different in every scene.
Yeah, the costume work of Star Wars for the characters that are actually on set, not just CG. But when there's actual characters or puppets, the costumes always look cool. I don't think anyone has a bad outfit in Star Wars, really.
No bad outfits in Star Wars, that's for sure. Yeah, I like Anakin's PJs. Mm-hmm. And both of them look great in their PJs and morning hair and whatnot. Obi-Wan sends his message. Little does he know. Okay, now we hit that beautiful fight with the Jango Fett.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good fight.
Good
love the
stuff.
Chase sequence after with the cool bombs that explode.
Yeah, the Obi-Wan Jango Fett. And it's Star Wars hits does some very sensitive things where they take beloved childhood characters and flesh them out a bit. And I feel like Jango Fett, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan in this scene they're all honored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just shows how intimidating the Fetts can be, and how calm Obi-Wan can stay in pretty dire situations. How he kind of keeps his level head.
Yeah.
It's a cool scene. The CG actually looks pretty good here.
Yeah, and they've got a little set which looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really sells the scene and makes the CG shots look great.
Yeah.
I guess they figured out some balances here and there.
Yeah. No,
but I'm just old-fashioned and like to see an actor interact with their environment.
It's cool. It's a cool thing.
It's a good time. Yeah, Obi-Wan gets a lot of good kicks in this scene, which I appreciate it. Yeah, the space chase scene in Geonosis is pretty great.
Yep, that's a cool scene.
Yeah, seismic charges, rock.
Those are
I
the
feel
coolest bombs.
Yeah, I remember seeing those in theaters and being like, yeah, that really rocked.
Mm-hmm.
Rocked the house. Yeah. What do you think Jango Fett's experience is as a father? Do you think it's strange just having a straight up clone? Or do you think it's just like being a single dad?
I don't know. Because, now it's canon. He's a Mandalorian, like the show. The
Yeah,
Mandalorian, So apparently that's just like a normal thing is they just like take kids and just make them part of their religion, which is strange.
A little cultish.
Yeah, a little cultish, but he kind of does that with this kid, and just like, yeah, you're just my child. Don't think about it too hard.
So okay, yeah, some very Mandalorian behavior.
But I feel like he's a good dad. For how much Boba Fett keeps the aesthetic going in the later movies and series,
Yeah,
he must have been a good dad.
Yeah, that'd be a fun spin-off series. It's just like a sitcom of Boba and Jango living in Camino, like going on adventures.
They do a little bit of like kid Boba Fett in the Clone Wars series.
Oh, do they?
They do, and it gets wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a terrorist. He like almost kills Mace Windu in one of the series.
Damn.
Because he's like, I gotta get revenge. I'm gonna blow up an entire clone ship and crash it on a planet and kill everyone.
I mean, he did decapitate his dad.
He did do that. Spoiler alert. Yeah, no. But no, yeah. The Boba Fett, it's not super fleshed out in this movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange, but Jango gets a lot of good screen time.
Definitely. Jango Fett is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Cool ship,
right.
too. Dude, I like his spaceship.
Yeah. Questionable name, but it's pretty sick.
Yeah, looks good. Rename it.
Bro. I get it. It was a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago, and a galaxy far, far away and all, but like, bro.
Slavery's still bad.
Slavery's still bad. Okay, so Anakin gives into his nightmares. Womp womp. And
this guy,
we get to see Waldo. Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo? He's not on Tatooine.
He's not. What's that asshole's
Watto?
name? Watto. There we go. A little game of Where's Watto.
He's got a hat now.
Yeah, he's got a hat now, so we can definitely make another toy. Sell a few more 100,000 Wattos.
Character.
Everyone's favorite Watto, baby.
The slaver. Let's get some action figures out of the slaver.
Annie, what are you doing, huh?
Jedi now, eh?
Oh, that was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
All right, then we get to meet a young Owen Lars. Oh, wait, one thing I wanted to point out. I want to go back a little.
Okay.
What do you think when Padme kind of publicly reminds everyone when they're on Naboo and they're talking to all the political people when they first get there, and Padme points out that he's not a Jedi, just a Padawan learner? What do you think? Yeah, I feel like geez, like you could just pull him aside. Hey, by the way, Anakin's he's a Jedi Padawan. Like he didn't even say like, oh, he's a Jedi Knight.
Yeah, he didn't even say he's like, I'm just part of the Jedi order.
I mean, I feel like she might have wanted to like kind of burn him a little bit because he was being kind of an asshole in her room.
Does she have a power complex? Like
I was gonna say, I think she was like, "Who's your daddy?"
Yeah, sounds like she's got like a dom side.
Yeah, she knows that he is just waiting for her recognition and attention. So I think she really wanted to just burn him in front of everybody.
Yeah, that was a stray he caught for no reason.
Yeah, except for that Padme who just wanted to be like, yeah, I mean, I can play you like a fiddle. Just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. You're nothing.
You are nothing.
Great. Outfit looked great when she said that, by the way.
Yeah, anyway. Glad we pointed that out. I just maybe we should point out like any Padme daddy moments.
Yeah.
Every time Padme is daddy. Which I guess when they're rolling on the ground, she does end up on the top, that final shot. Just a reminder that Padme is daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Back to Tatooine.
Back to Tatooine.
A millionth time in this series. No new planets.
We love Tatooine. We love Tatooine. Okay, so we get to see where Luke grows up. Get to meet the family.
Yeah. I do like that scene. That's a fun little
it works.
Interaction.
Young Owen and Beru. Nice to know that they had a nice long life before they got evaporated into skeletons.
Yeah. Well, and there's a fun fact. Okay, while they're eating dinner with Owen and Beru, they make a comment about the ceiling. Owen's like, "Oh, she's like, Beru tells Owen he needs to paint the ceiling. He says, "Oh, I'll get to that. Don't worry." He never actually does, because if you flash forward to episode 4, ceiling looks the exact same. He never painted the damn ceiling.
Owen. Yeah, Owen. Well, all I gotta say is karma's a bitch.
Yeah, what happens when you don't paint your ceiling? Blast.
You get blasted by stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I also like at dinner when what's Lars's dad's name or whatever?
Oh shit.
Oh, that's Lars. Yeah, Lars.
Yeah, Lars.
When Lars is like, "Accept it, your mom's dead." Like, bruh.
Yeah, Anakin is
nobody's gonna take that well
right now. Like Obi-Wan's nice enough. He's like, "Hey, don't be reckless. You gotta think a little bit."
Your mom's dead. Yeah, Accept it.
Your mom's dead. You're not a Jedi. Get out of here. You suck.
Your mom's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
great way to
the guy who's owned you as a slave is the nicer guy to you than your own family.
Your mom's dead. Accept it. Don't think anything of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Tusken time.
Yeah. I love his motorcycle ride there. It kind of feels like Boots. Did you watch that link that I sent you last time? The Star Wars.
I did.
Yeah, there's it. What? Yeah. All right. Quick pause. What did you think? I feel like it's kind of better than the prequels.
I mean, it's not hard to do that. It's not too hard for me. But no, that shit is good. Because the thing about the prequels is, there's so many good jokes in the prequels that were not intended to be jokes.
Yeah.
But the community has made them the funniest shit on the planet. And I think that link you sent me, for those of you who don't know, it's Star Wars Episode 1, Jedi Party. Look it up on YouTube. It's great.
Yeah.
But no, I think it just encapsulates how the community kind of felt about the jokes in this movie.
Yeah.
And all the other movies that came along with George Lucas prequels.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like, yeah. It has made rewatching more palatable because I can remember those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And when Anakin hops on his land speeder to go chop up some Tusken Raiders in that other Arlnaut series, they just make it into this like 1980s VH1 music video.
It's good. That
is so fresh. I think you'd like it. It's so funny. So I always think of that because they just nailed it. Like it just feels like it's just like this little Anakin music video, which
those are good
pretty
moments.
Much is.
When Anakin has to do emotional, Hayden Christensen I think does great moments in these. He does one in Revenge of the Sith as well, where they give Anakin just like a little solo moment of showing the emotions without him saying how angry or how sad he is, but he does like emotional contemplation, and I think that's a really cool thing they do.
Yeah.
I don't love how they treat the Tusken Raiders in these movies. Oh my god. It feels weird watching them just be like, these sand people who are slaves, and we definitely have like, they're slavers and they kill and they're just kind of violent, and you're like, yeah, there's a war going on over in the Middle East right now where people already have like bad interpretations of certain societies over there, and this one does not help the aesthetic.
Yeah, that's a great point. 2002, year before Operation Iraqi Freedom. Maybe they were part of the propaganda, whether they liked it or not.
Yeah, say a lot of movies propaganda,
Yeah.
And what's nice too, as and I know you haven't seen as many of those, like have you seen the Boba Fett show? Book of Boba Fett. They really do redeem the Tuscan society.
That's good.
And they make everyone's like, oh, they suck, and they're like, no, these people have been here for thousands of years. Right. You're just trampling on their land and killing them and being bad. And they actually have like a cool society.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see them kind of take that back a little bit and make it so it's not as weird looking.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. All right. Well, before the fun begins, we get to see Obi-Wan doing a little sneaky shit on Geonosis. I like that. Yeah, and then Anakin finds his mother. Some sad shit. Yeah. She wasn't dead. So eat your words, Lars.
Yeah. Your mom's actually not dead. I am sorry about that.
That was my bad. But, well, I'm glad he got to see her alive. That was...
One last time. He
did not exactly process that as a gift. Yeah, I mean, this scene's actually, like, pretty disturbing, I felt, overall. Like, I feel like... in my opinion, I think this is the scene Anakin turns to the dark side. In a way.
It is wild, because episode 3, he's back to just being kind of a hotshot guy, but right now, just unleashed all of it.
Like, it's like, this is when we've discovered that he has the capacity to kill kids, basically.
Which, they did not lead up to that either. They're just like... Yeah. He's kind of like arrogant. He's got a little bit of a temper. He's kind of like annoying, and he's like, I just murdered an entire village of people.
Yeah, it's a pretty dramatic shift. I don't know. I think I agree that this, it's problematic socially, but I do think it's like a good. I thought it was a good scene just to show the shift of a character.
Cool,
especially with the music.
If you isolate the scene. Great scene. Phenomenal. But there's just, for me, the only thing that takes away from it is the build up to that scene.
Yeah.
Because there's just like, he doesn't do, like, if he did like slightly evil things and like kind of killed people a little more just like nonchalantly.
Right.
So like, if it, like the changeling, I just forgot the name.
Zem Wissel.
Zem Wissel. If he like caught her and killed her like without doing anything, I feel like that could honestly show the build up a little bit. But they just go crazy on this one.
Yeah, definitely super dramatic. I mean, because there's barely any story to fit all that in. So they show him as emotionally unstable, but like, damn.
He goes sicko mode on these kids.
Yeah. I mean, just the music, the lighting, the whole scene is like super intense.
Yeah.
Pretty dark there, Anakin. I think we got to talk about coping mechanisms.
Yes. And then we get to is the monologue right after this? The greatest monologue in all of history?
I just Annie
kills.
Yeah, I mean, to argue, like, I feel like, there's a direct parallel between, like, the corruption of his soul, his process of falling in love with Padme, and maybe there's, that's as the Emperor is gaining control over him, is, that love corruption.
Yeah.
Now he's holding on to too much. But,
Yoda was right, though, from Phantom Menace. He was kind of angry and scared about his mom. So.
Yeah.
That one.
He called that one, all right. So a little more Obi-Wan and Geonosis. Still just peeking around, looking at the meetings. He's like, oh, shit, I found Count Dooku. And then, of course, Anakin does not get the distress call. And, the greatest monologue in the history of cinema. I slaughtered them. I slaughtered them all, not just the men, but the women and the children, too. They're like animals, and I hate them. No, they're like animals. Okay, this is getting deep, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you start looking at how they treat the Tuscans, you're like, this is problematic.
Yeah.
In 2002.
Yeah.
And
yeah, but I feel like it was meant to be problematic. Like he did something problematic, but I guess Padme was like,
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. Is Anakin is confessing the slaughter of children
to war crimes.
He did a war crime. Like he did bad things, and I don't know what was going on.
Padme's like, well, we all get angry sometimes.
Yeah, Natalie Portman does not do.
Well,
anything.
I guess, she's just set up as the femme fatale, right? Enabling him.
Maybe because, you look at her
seducing
reaction.
him while trying to, take care of his it's like she plays a part in all this.
She does, but boy, can you maybe act a little shocked? She's just, stands there and she's like, oh.
You see, that could have made the whole thing not so problematic and okay, Anakin did something terrible. But, only Anakin seems to be upset about the whole thing.
Yeah. Does he tell anyone else what he does? You ever think he just told Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan's like, meh?
No, I think he's like, okay. I'm going to marry Padme and swallow all of my feelings.
Yeah, we love some good bottling of trauma.
That's never a problem and displays itself in fun, new, mysterious ways when not given the proper attention.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Happy Mental Awareness Month, by the way.
Happy Mental Awareness Month. Yeah.
So, so we get just, I think, one of the most memed on things in the entire Star Wars canon. Just that whole "I slaughtered them like animals" speech.
Yeah.
Oh, what a scene. But now we get to go to Geonosis for a while.
Yeah, back to Geonosis. Obi-Wan gets captured. He talks to Dracula for a while. Mm-hmm. Pretty much none of what they're saying makes any sense without a bunch of context. Yep. But that's okay. We just need filler. These kids don't know what the plot line is. And of course, after he's captured, bounce over to the Senate. I felt like the Senate didn't look nearly as good in this movie. I feel like that's something in Attack of the Clones where it's just sometimes things seem a little half rendered, where maybe they were putting a little more effort into the Phantom Menace.
I think there's some sick scenes in Attack of Clones. There's one in particular when we get to it I want to talk about.
There are some sick scenes. The Senate, I
think they blew their load on the end.
Yeah,
of this movie,
I'm with you there.
Because the budget seems to be fine, it's a movie. There's a lot of talking head moments, and there's not a lot of action going on until you get to that last bit, and then she's just looking awesome.
Which is kind of, kind of the style of the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go Senate.
Yeah.
Great kids movie, Senate stuff.
All right, then we get back. This is about where I started to get pretty tired watching this.
Yeah. This movie's long.
I know, 2 hours 22. It's if this honestly, I feel like if it was just 90 minutes and as bad as it was, it would have been a lot better. Because at least it would have just been done in a reasonable.
Oh shit, man. I don't know. Make the Star Wars. Don't make it the prequel trilogy. Make 4 of these movies. Just put in one movie somewhere.
Yeah.
Take
I feel like maybe Little Adventures of Annie, then hot, sexy teenage Anakin would have been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they did the Clone Wars series, which takes place in between 2 and 3, and that's super dope. Great stuff. Always, all of you should go watch it. But there needs to be just one extra movie in here too. That just, oh my god! Obi-Wan gets captured, and now it's an Anakin rescue mission movie. That'd be cool. He has to figure out how to do it by himself.
Yeah.
Become a cool, strong Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the whole conveyor belt scene. That's pretty fun with all the machines, and I did feel like they really pushed C-3PO a little too far in these moments. Like, wow.
Yeah, well, they don't use him at all in the last movie. They just show that he exists.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, here he is doing stuff.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's fine, but it's like, where a character like Jango Fett in this movie is awesome. It was just like, oh, geez, they're really going for it with C-3PO as the comic relief in, I guess, a kid's movie kind of way.
Yeah.
So, not going to get too hot and bothered. But, yeah, I like the whole, I like the machine building fiasco. Geonosis is cool fun. Planet. It's fun to watch bug people get cut up. I don't know. It's just kind of like, whoop, whoop.
Like
really?
Bugs, so they're kind of
yeah,
like creepy
I guess it's, you don't really get to see Jedi slash too many critters up. Mm-hmm. You can't chop everybody up in a kid's movie.
No. But Geonosians, they don't count.
Yeah, exactly. But you can watch bugs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like this was probably, of all the scenes that are entirely CG, this is probably the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, so, yeah.
And I like the scene. Well, yeah, when Anakin. Sorry, I have the movie playing in the earbud. I could barely hear you. I like when Anakin gets his arm stuck and the big stampy thing is coming at him. I feel like that part there's still some tension.
Yeah,
when it's happening.
Yeah, they make it seem dangerous, and that they get to show like Padme doesn't actually know. She's like decent at stuff, but she's not like crazy hero can fix everything. Like she still has her struggles. And
sure.
Anakin shows that he's not like a Jedi Master and isn't the best thing to walk any of the planets they're on. Like this is a cool moment for me because it just shows that they're still young and inexperienced, and they still got some training to do.
Yeah.
Cool scene.
Cool scene.
CG looks better too.
Yeah, best use of CG. Okay, now Padme confesses her love for Anakin while they're getting ready to be publicly executed in the Colosseum. Pretty fun scene.
Yeah, my favorite scene in the movie when I was a kid, especially.
Yeah. Now I think that Jango Fett scene and Jango Fett versus Obi-Wan scene is honestly my favorite because I feel like it was actually like kind of perfectly executed. Like it's just kind of perfect.
The more you talk about it, the more I can agree with you on that.
Yeah. But like I feel like this is definitely the most exciting scene, and it's cool to see that many Jedi fight.
Mm-hmm. You get the cool monsters and they're fun.
I like how everybody has a monster that like correlates to their personalities. There's like, there's the cute little cat rat for Padme.
Mm-hmm.
There's the big bull alien for Anakin. Yeah. And then Obi-Wan gets the sophisticated spider.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Which one's your favorite?
My Obi-Wan's
yeah.
The spider thing is so cool.
Yeah. What's it called?
Least favorite? I don't know. I know what planet it's from for some reason.
What planet?
It's from Felucia, which we see in one
That's more
scene.
evidence of this being Middle Eastern war propaganda.
Oh, actually, yeah, because wait. Hold up. Felucia.
I'm trying not to do this.
Yes. Let me look up this monster. I'm going to look it up. We're doing a quick Google break.
Yeah.
Okay. It is called an Acklay. Oh no, it's native to the planet Vendaxa. I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking.
Is there a planet Felucia? Did he just confuse?
Hold up.
Yeah, we gotta.
Hold up. I swear there was a planet called Felucia. Okay, because I remember playing. Did you ever play the Star Wars Battlefront games, like the OG ones?
Only 1,000 times.
Yeah, and I rember.
I think you're
Battlefront
right.
2, there's like this big flower planet.
Right.
And I remember the alien monster was on that planet, wasn't it not?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
Hold up. Yeah, they were both like 2005. Right.
Yeah. Fallujah.
Yes. Fallujah.
Then.
Which is wild. What fun games, though. I do remember playing a lot of those games as a kid.
Yeah. Spelled a little different than the city in
Yeah, like
Iraq.
Fallujah, but...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fallujah.
yeah, but I always remember that from the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there you go. There's some more Middle East like coincidences happening here. In
this
is 2000s
uh,
movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Cool fight scenes. I think it goes on for a good amount of time. I think it's they beat the monsters quick enough or have like the next big scene come in.
Yeah.
At a good timing, which is the invasion of the clones.
They're good at pacing scenes, just not good at pacing movies. They're good at pacing some scenes.
Yeah, some scenes.
They're not good at pacing the movie.
No, but this one I think does good with like transitioning into cool Jedi generals with the clone army.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the spider monster's just so cool.
Yeah, that's the coolest monster. The rhino one's the lamest one.
Yeah, kind of the familiar, just a general dinosaur.
Yeah.
I like that this is a cat, like a saber-toothed tiger rat thing. Like that's a good time with a weird mouth and more eyes, like a little bit of a spidery vibe.
Yeah.
Pretty sick, and also matches Padme's outfit, which is a nice touch.
Yeah, that's another outfit mention. Perfect.
Yeah. If it wasn't so evil, it would make a fabulous accessory.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was cool. Anakin somehow like tames his pretty quick.
He just understands that kind of a beast.
Yeah, he's got the monster within him.
Exactly.
He understands. But yeah, so he does that. I like how they all like defeat their monster in a different kind of way.
Yeah, that was nice. And Padme does it with one kick.
Yeah, she's strong. She's strong as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Spider Monster just in there being super cool, making cool noises.
Yeah. Most intimidating looking one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, all around best monster.
Definitely. Yeah, and of course, just in the nick of time after they're surrounded by some droideka situation, the Jedi show up, and it's time for the big battle.
Big battle, and what a cool battle scene.
Yeah.
I like one thing I noticed in this scene when I watched it again. The Jedi aren't super used to these like war efforts.
Definitely.
Yet, because a lot of them just get like you watch Jedi in like the later stuff, and they're pretty good at handling people shooting at them in like large numbers, basically being in war. But you just see like a lot of Jedi just get like downed immediately by the droids. Yeah,
especially like they start out with a lot of Jedi, but they don't end with too many. No, I feel like it was a big blow for them.
Yeah, this invasion of Geonosis is pretty like substantial.
Yeah. Wild times.
Yeah, you get the Jedi jumped
all right.
up to.
What sticks out to you in the battle sequence?
The battle sequence, because I've watched this movie and watched so many people dissect this movie. Something that I always notice now is Jango Fett's jetpack. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
How it has this... Oh, it's a different jetpack, right?
No, so he has his jetpack. The one Jedi jumps up, he kills him. Jango Fett just Wild West shootout, like kills a Jedi. He's still super badass. He jumps down. The Rhino monster's still alive. And when he jumps down, he starts shooting Jedi. He starts kind of killing people. But the Rhino monster steps on his jetpack. And there's a little detail where it actually shows the jetpack breaking.
Yeah.
Because everyone's always confused. Is the Mace Windu just, like, rolls over Jango Fett with no issue.
Yeah.
And it's because Jango Fett tries to use his jetpack, but his jetpack's broken.
Oh yeah.
And there's a theory that like he could have possibly like killed Mace Windu like right there.
Sure.
Because if Obi-Wan, who's also he's like kind of close to the same level as Mace Windu of like fighting in canon.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Mace Windu is I don't think
Mace Windu
Samuel
would
L.
beat him.
Jackson was gonna get glacked like that.
No, he wasn't gonna, but yeah.
But I see what you're saying. Certainly,
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's the difference between your Jedi. Well, I was gonna say your Jedi and your Muggle, but I suppose if a Jedi loses their lightsaber, that's significant. But like, relying on gadgets has its downfalls. Moral of the story
and that's
there.
ever since someone like pointed out on a YouTube video I watched, I always notice like how Jango Fett kind of gets done dirty just by relying on his jetpack too much.
Yeah, no, definitely.
What about you? What's your standout moment?
Yeah, I mean that was kind
Jedi
of
battle?
mine. Is the Jango Fett. I like when that one dinosaur head guy kind of jumps up and tries to kill Count Dooku and just gets got real quick. He tried.
Yeah.
He tried.
They do a good job making Jango Fett seem like an intimidating figure.
Yeah, right. Like he could kill a Jedi, maybe Jedi Master. That's
Yeah,
tough.
like if he had to go against Yoda, probably not. But
No.
just your run of the mill like Jedi, he has a good shot.
Yeah. Certainly gave Obi-Wan a run for his money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a cool scene. We get to see the clones for the first time.
Yeah, clones come in. Clones are cool. Yeah, there's like no Jedi in that circle. They're all dead.
Yeah, they yeah, from what I've heard, it's just because they're not used to wartime efforts.
Yeah, plus
So
they
they
didn't
just-
have a supporting army with them, It's probably tough too.
Yeah,
It's a new kind of battle for them.
Mm-hmm. And then Yoda comes in on the cool. I love those ships that they.
Yeah, they
fly.
are really cool. I definitely had one of those growing up
Yeah.
with plenty of clone troopers to put in it.
Yeah.
Good times.
That's cool stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And then
They're
all CG. Fun fact.
yeah. Yeah, time for some computer generated fun times. Little chase scene. Padme falls.
Yep. Yoda says the funniest line that you never think Yoda would say.
Which one?
Concentrate all fire on the defending like towers.
Yeah.
That is Yoda just screaming out like war commands is wild.
Yeah. Also, yeah, shout out to Padme too with her Geonosis outfit. I feel like we never gave her credit for that, but
Yeah. It's
really
hot out. You
love
need the
it.
crop
Love
top.
love the all white, love the crop chop.
One day we'll get it.
One
We'll get it.
crop top, midriff, super tasteful.
Mhm.
You look like you're ready to kick ass and look good doing it.
Yeah, she looks good. Falls on the sand. Looks not too bad.
Yeah, tell you what, that'll give an 8-year-old a pretty big crush.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, Padme falls out. I was a little surprised they weren't even like, oh, maybe we should stop and grab Padme real quick. We have been making a big deal of protecting the senator this, protect the senator that, but
She falls
I
on a
get it.
battlefield in an active war zone.
eh.
We
Yeah,
gotta kill Dracula.
Anakin, you're too attached.
Yeah. So,
Like, I don't know, that was some reasonable concern.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, then we go to Isengard to confront Sauron the White.
Yeah, time to kill Saruman. Doesn't work. Yeah, fun little lightsaber sequence, definitely. The
I like
set
that
is
Anakin just gets
yeah.
like wrecked by Count Dooku.
He does get wrecked. Loses his arm real quick.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the stunt double for Christopher Lee. Does a great job conveying like he's still super good at lightsaber fights.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like when the lights go out and there's the cool drum beat and they're having their lightsaber fight and there's close-ups of their faces. Lightsabers are cool in this movie. I mean,
They're cool.
yeah, lightsabers are cool. It's that simple, folks.
Mm-hmm.
The Yoda lightsaber fight, I remember laughing my ass off in the theater when I saw that.
Still hilarious.
Yeah.
It's still, like, makes no sense.
Yeah, and, like, just giving him all the frog noises along with it, like, maybe you could have gotten away with it with less frog noises.
Or maybe
but
just make Yoda use the Force.
Yeah, let him use the Force or...
something.
I don't know. Like, those wide shots are just so funny.
Well, and it's so funny to know, too, that the stunt double for Christopher Lee has to just swing his lightsaber at nothing.
Yeah.
There was no, like, puppet Yoda that he got a fake fight. He was just swinging.
Yeah.
Great time. Cool little Death Star reference in this movie.
Yeah. I like the Death Star reference. Yeah, and I like they do one more his ship and like his little world that he escapes to looks terrible. Just
I also love we didn't mention it, but when Count Dooku escapes on that little like scooter thing, the scooter looks hilarious.
Yeah, it's just like
it's
computer
too wide.
game.
Ugh. It's too good.
You know, I wish like George would go back and make special editions, but instead of putting more CG, he actually just goes back and puts practical effects in scenes that don't hold up.
Well, in movies, I found today. What was the movie I saw the other day? I saw the new Dungeons and Dragons movie. And from the trailer and such, I thought it was gonna be a CG, like just all CG, because there's like bird people and like dragon people. There were so many practical costumes.
That rocks.
Like, and it looked so cool. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Now I gotta watch these Star Wars movies?
Yeah, I think people are coming around after seeing like 20 years of progress in CG. But it's just like, you just can't sell things as well because it's just like, it's almost like effortless and it's not really that impressive because it's just like all you need is time and money.
And then you just watch
CG,
Avatar,
practical
like,
effects.
Pretty good.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But
back when CG, especially at this time period, CG just doesn't hold well at this time. And
it's just not. Yeah.
Yeah. And Star Wars had too much money at the time, even. I mean, they had so much money still from the original trilogy and all the merchandise that I don't think they really had a good excuse for having bad CG.
Yeah, I feel like, Jurassic Park figured it out.
Lord of the Rings figured it out.
Yeah.
Because they combined practical and CG.
Yeah, but I feel like Return of the King is like, the effects are not as good.
No, I think the best ones are it definitely goes to Fellowship for me.
I think so too. Yeah. Probably took the most time on it. Yeah.
We'll have to revisit that series on the Made for Watchin.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a no-brainer.
CG at the time, it should have looked better just based off of what other people were doing around the same time with honestly less budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no excuse for how bad it looks.
No excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the mood that they set when Count Dooku runs away. Like it's all really ominous. I thought the mood was achieved through some nice music. I do like I like when his ship has the weird parachute in front of it. Like that looked good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool,
and then like the worst shot of Yoda in the whole movie is right at the end. That really just looks like does that look worse than all the other ones?
I think so. And
I think they just ran out of time.
Yeah, because I think Disney, when they did their movies, when they showed Ghost Yoda in Last Jedi, I think it is. They went back to puppet. They stopped doing CG Yoda after these movies.
Well, that's good.
Which is so welcome.
Yeah. I like seeing Anakin's robot hand when they get married.
Yeah.
Good times. Very pretty scene. I think they shot this in Italy.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think it's Italy, yeah. They do such good cinematography in some of these shots.
I don't know. That one of the shots was a little blown out, but yeah.
I don't know. I didn't go to school for film, so you can't. Layman's
they are lovely shots. Lovely shots. Yeah, I wonder what else this DP's done. Director of photography here. And that's it. That's a Star War.
In that one, nothing happens. It feels like so monumental, but at the end, it feels so hollow. That's my biggest takeaway on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're trying to pull off The Empire Strikes Back again, where it's like it's left on this somber note, and you got to see what happens next. But the thing that they don't have so much is interesting characters.
Interesting characters, interesting dialogue.
Yeah.
It's just like... Yeah. And it suffers again from the same problem. Count Dooku, one of my least favorite Star Wars characters at the time. Yeah. Just don't understand why you had to just put Christopher Lee in these movies.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't do much. He's not like super antagonistic until the very end.
Yeah.
And then so it doesn't feel like there's any like villain that they're fighting against.
No, should have been Darth Maul for sure.
Yeah, should have been Maul. Or just make Jango Fett the main villain. I mean, there's someone we can kind of recognize with the whole Boba Fett thing.
I mean, yeah, I respect needing a Sith Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Or make Palpatine a little more, like, let's get some Darth Sidious maybe being the puppet master since his apprentice died.
Yeah.
And he's looking for his new apprentice, and he's just going to make Anakin that.
Yeah, maybe, something. Give him, like, a mask. Like, Ooh. What if he wore, like, a Darth Vader-like mask to stay in disguise and then gave that to Anakin?
Do, like, some gas mask, like, maybe, like, take the original Darth Vader design and, like, kind of...
Yeah.
Tinker that in some way. There's just so much potential. That's the thing with these prequels. I feel like they wanted to do some cool stuff, like Origins of Darth Vader. Hell yeah. That sounds so cool. I want to see why, like, space Nazis, like, exist now.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to see why Obi-Wan did something. Like, he talked about the Clone Wars in the first movie. What are those? Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
And, like, there's so much setup for them just to keep whiffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I am with you.
This movie's long, and it doesn't feel fun. It just drags, and there's weird tone shifts at all times.
Yeah. Some fun moments, not the best. Didn't hold up that well.
Now this I'm be so bold. This is the worst Star Wars movie ever made.
I'm not sure if I agree.
That's
if I'm
fair.
Considering sequels.
You're talking to a sequel fan over here.
Well, I think we should cross that bridge when we get there.
We're gonna cross that bridge.
I mean, there might. No, it's definitely not. It's definitely not the worst one, in my opinion.
We're gonna wait. Can I guess what your least favorite is?
Yeah, sure.
And we're not counting the like Rogue Ones or Solos, are we?
No.
We're just doing numbered Star Wars movies.
You could include them, and they wouldn't affect a thing.
Okay, is it 8? Is it Last Jedi?
8, episode 8, yeah.
Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Okay.
Yeah,
well, we're
flying Princess Leia just...
We're going to be fighting
so stupid.
We are going to be
dumb.
having a lot of arguments.
Yeah, right around when Mary Poppins comes out, there goes Princess Leia flying through space with her umbrella back from the dead. Like, what? That doesn't... Where did that come from? Like, she is just making up rules in this universe because you don't know how to write. Okay, cool, sick, thanks.
We're going to have a lot of discussion on Last Jedi because I think that is one of the best Star Wars movies ever made.
Well, Boots, we had a good run. I mean...
We'll pick it up on their solo projects, the Tom episodes and the Boots episodes.
Yeah, now we're divorced parents. You got to come to both of our Christmas episodes.
We're going to have to talk about that movie. Because I will admit, there are some big flaws in there, but it is nowhere near the worst. It's top 5.
It's probably...
Out of the 9.
Yeah, I think...
This one... Wait, what's your ranking?
5, 4, 6, 3, 1, 2... Then
the fact that you're putting all
9,
the sequels on the bottom. You're putting
7,
9
8.
above 7?
Or no, 7, 8. No, 7, 9, 8. Okay. Yeah, they're all on the bottom. I'll say like Rogue One is better than the prequels.
I have my opinion on Rogue One.
It's pretty good.
The ending is pretty good. The whole movie before
movie.
that, the movie in front of it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I felt like they just made a Star Wars effectively.
Yeah, the last 45 minutes, sick as hell. Love that part. The whole like hour before that, sure.
I guess we'll just have to talk about it. It's been a while since I've seen Rogue One. I mean, I definitely love the closing scene of Rogue One and seeing with Darth Vader. Tasteful.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah.
5.
Yep. Uh-huh.
I'm agree. 5, 4.
Uh-huh.
8.
Oh my God! Boots, what I heard is I have no taste.
5, 4, 8, 7, 3, 9, 1, 2. Wait, which one am I missing? I only have 8 fingers up.
So you had 7 in there?
Yeah, I went 5, 4, 8, 7. I was missing 3. 7, 3, 9, 1, 2. Where am I missing one?
Oh, this is hard. Oh, did you ever? I don't think you said 6. I don't think you ever got around to
6. That's right, because 6 is one of my least favorites as well. I don't like 6.
I mean, I get it, but I think it's better. It's better than some other movies.
It's not better than 8. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, bud.
Of course it's 8. Of course we both have to disagree on the one that everyone disagrees with.
Well, yeah.
Could you imagine if it was like 4 was like someone's least favorite Star Wars movie?
Yeah, I mean, that does happen to people. I mean, there's people, some new fandom that doesn't probably appreciate the originals as much.
That's fair, I guess. I don't know. I don't there's some properties I don't like that people love. I don't like Star Wars Rebels. Everyone loves Rebels. I can't stand that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, everybody's got their own relationship with Star Wars, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Except for yours.
I love Star Wars fans. My favorite thing about Star Wars fandom is like they'll like 3 of the 9 movies and kind of hate every other one of them, or at least half. They at least hate half of the movies in their franchise that they think is so cool.
Yeah,
I think is very funny.
Well, it's just sometimes when the writing is so bad, it just feels like I'm being attacked.
Of the clones.
Precisely. Precisely.
Well, this was made for watching.
Made for watching. Stay tuned for when we tackle Revenge of the Sith.
The best prequel.
The best prequel. Pretty cool lightsaber fights.
Cool lightsaber fights. Wild amounts of CG.
Yeah.
A lot of good ideas that somewhat work, sometimes don't. Kind of just depends on the scene.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.